welcome to the last video on empirical formula and molecular formula. And the last video is what? How to get empirical formula and molecular formula from combustion analysis. Very important topic. How to determine empirical formula and molecular formula from combustion analysis. My name is Jama. This is New Teaser School, the best platform to give you what comprehensive and what simplified lecture. Please punch the subscribe button and you will see a link on the wall below the word video to join our WhatsApp group. If you need online teaching physical classes, you can call one of the two admin numbers. They will attend to you. SS1 to SS3, while Jam, Jupiter, you are covered by New Teaser. Then let's look at it. I said determination of empirical formula and molecular formula from combustion analysis. Before we move into the questions, you have to know this. For example, if you have calculate the mass of carbon, calculate the mass of carbon in C2H4, which is 18, in 23.5 grams of C2H4, that is 18, where carbon is given as 12, hydrogen is given as 1. Calculate the mass of carbon in 23.5 grams of our C2H4, that is 18. How do we do this? Because you need this concept in this video. That's why I'm using this as an example. How can you calculate the mass of an element in a compound? You have to know how to calculate the mass of an element in a given mass of a compound. Let me put it like that. You have to know how to calculate the mass of an element in a given mass of a compound. In this case, they want you to calculate the mass of carbon in a given mass of what? 18. The mass of the 18 is 23.5 grams. How do we do that? Very simple. The first thing you have to do, find the molar mass of this compound given to you. Molar mass of 18, C2H4, which should be what? Carbon is what? 12 times 2. We have 2 carbon, 12 times 2. Plus hydrogen is 1. Then how many hydrogen? Times 4. You have 12 times 2, 24 plus 4. That is 28 grams per mole. That is what? Molar mass of the compound. Then how do we calculate the mass of carbon in that mass of what? 18. That means this is the concept. Mass of carbon in C2H4 is calculated as the mass of the compound, which is 23.5 over the molar mass of the compound, which is 28. The molar mass of this compound, which is 28. The mass of the given compound, the given mass of the compound, which is 23.5. The given mass of 18, 23.5, divided by the what? The molar mass of what? 18, which is 28. That means find the mole of this 18 in a simple way. Find the mole of what? Given mass of what? 18. How do we find mole? Mass over molar mass. The mole of given mass of what? 18. That means mass over molar mass. Then multiply it by the number of carbon we have in the compound. How many carbon do we have? 2. We have 2 carbon. Then times the mass of carbon, which is what? 12. That means from here we have 23.5 times what? 24 over what? 28, which will give you 28 20.14, which will give you 20.14. That is mass of carbon in C2H4 is what? 20.1 gram. Take note of that. 20.14 gram. Very simple. Find the mole of the given mass of 18. When you get the mole of the given mass of 18, then multiply it by the number of carbon we have. How many carbon do we have in 18? 2. Then mass of carbon is 12. By the mass of carbon, the number of mass of carbon we have, that is 12 times 2. That means what? Mass of carbon in that one compound. And how do you calculate the mass of what? Hydrogen. If you are asked to calculate the mass of hydrogen in that same compound, what will you do? The mass of carbon in that compound is 21.4 grams. Take it away from 23.5 grams. That is mass of hydrogen. The mass of carbon, because those are the two compounds, the two elements we have in the compound. The two elements in the compounds are carbon rather. The two elements in the compound are carbon and what? Hydrogen. That means you've gotten the mass of carbon, which is 20.14. Take it away from the mass of the compound. We get what? Mass of hydrogen. Or you can calculate it, you will get the same answer. If you want to calculate mass of hydrogen in C2H4, what will you do? Find the mole of the given mass of what? 18. That means the mole of this given mass of 18. What is mole? Mass over molar mass. The mass of 18, which is what? 23.5 over the molar mass, which is what? 28 times. How many hydrogen do we have? 4 hydrogen. We have 4 hydrogen. The mass number of hydrogen is 1. That is 1 times 4, which will give you, if you multiply everything, will give you 3.36 grams. If you do 23.5 minus what? 20.14, we get 3.36 grams. That means mass of what? Hydrogen. And if you calculate it, please take note, because we need this. Please take note of that. We need that concept. Please take note of that. We need that concept. Please take note of that. Let's move now to our question. You can pause the video and write this. Pause the video and write it. Okay, let's move. Rule recap. Let's move. Let's go to the first question now. The first question. Question 1. It says 0.2 moles of hydrocarbon. That means mole. The symbol for mole is small n. The symbol for mole is what? Small n. The mole of hydrocarbon. I don't know the hydrocarbon. CSHY. What's the meaning of hydrocarbon compound? It's a compound that contains carbon and hydrogen. Only. Hydrocarbon compound. Any compound that contains hydrogen and carbon only is known as hydrogen, carbon and hydrogen. That's hydrocarbon. Then they give us the mole of hydrocarbon compound as 0.2 mole. 0.200 mole. That is 0.2 mole. 0.2 mole. They say the hydrocarbon compound undergoes complete combustion to give 35.2 grams of CO2 and 14.4 grams of water. Take note of this. When hydrocarbon compounds undergo combustion reaction, that means the burning of the hydrocarbon compound in air in the presence of oxygen gas. The burning of a compound in air in the presence of oxygen gas. When hydrocarbon compound undergo combustion reaction, the product is what? CO2 and water in excess oxygen. It's what? CO2 and water. Complete combustion, excess oxygen. When hydrocarbon compound undergo complete combustion in excess oxygen, the product is what? CO2, carbon 4 oxide, and H2O, water, hydrogen oxide. Water, take note. That means they say if this was CO2, that is mass of CO2 is given as 35.2 grams. Mass of what? Water is given as what? Mass of 14.4 grams. What is molecular formula of the hydrocarbon compound? Molecular formula of the hydrocarbon compound. Very easy. Molecular formula of the hydrocarbon compound. Before you see, when you have CSHY undergoing combustion reaction, we have CO2, H2O. But we don't know the formula of the hydrocarbon compound. This carbon is formed from here. This hydrogen is formed from here. Take note. Both carbon and hydrogen, they are formed from what? The hydrocarbon compound. And we are not given the mass of the carbon. We are not given the mass of what? Hydrogen. We are not given the mass of what? Carbon. We are not given the mass of what? Hydrogen. But we are given the mass of what? CO2. That means you will get the what? Mass of carbon from the given mass of what? CO2. That's why I gave you that. You will get the mass of hydrogen from the given mass of what? Water. Take note. You will get the mass of carbon from the given mass of what? CO2. You will get the mass of hydrogen from the given mass of what? Water. How do we do that? Very easy. Very easy. That means let us get mass of carbon from CO2. The mass of carbon in what? Given mass of CO2. How do we do that? That means, don't forget, find the molar mass. Molar mass of CO2. Carbon is 12 plus oxygen is 16 times 2, which will give you 32 plus 12. Molar mass of CO2 is 44 grams per mole. Find the molar mass of water. Molar mass of H2O. That is 1 times 2 plus oxygen is what? Hydrogen. Okay. Hydrogen is 1. I'm getting molar mass. Sorry for that. I want to worship myself. Molar mass of water. Hydrogen 1 times 2 plus oxygen 16. Molar mass of water is what? 18 grams per mole. Then next one. Mass of carbon in CO2. That is, find the what? Mole of the given mass of what? CO2. Find the mole of the given mass of CO2. That means the given mass of CO2 is what? 35.2 over molar mass of CO2 is 44. And in CO2, how many carbon do we have? 1. Then 1 times mass number of carbon times 1 times mass number of carbon. Then punch 35.2 divided by 44 times 12 will give you 9.6 grams. That is what? Mass of carbon. Mass of carbon. Mass of carbon in CO2. Mass of carbon in CO2 is what? 9.6 grams. 9.6 grams. 9.6 grams. Mass of carbon in CO2. You've gotten that. Let's calculate mass of oxygen in H2O because the oxygen is in water. Calculate the mass of oxygen in H2O. The same way. Mass of oxygen in H2O. How do we do that? What is the given mass of H2O? 14.4. That means 14.4 over molar mass of H2O, 18 times in H2O. How many hydrogen do we have? 2. That is mass number of hydrogen is 1. That is 1 times number of hydrogen 2. That means from here we have 2 times this one will give you 28.8. 28.8 divided by 18 will give you 1.6 grams. 1.6 grams. Write it down. 1.6. Write it down. That means you've gotten the mass of carbon. You've gotten the mass of what? Hydrogen. Then from here, you can get the word empirical formula. From empirical formula, you get what? Molecular formula. But before we do that, Do you know that they want you to calculate molecular formula? Molecular formula. But we are not given what? Molecular mass of that compound. We are not given molecular mass of that compound. You have to find the molecular mass of that compound. Yes. You have to find the molecular mass of that compound. You have to find the molecular mass of that compound. Then what will be the molecular mass of that compound? This is the compound we are looking. We want to get the molecular mass of. And the compound contains carbon and hydrogen. And we've gotten the mass of carbon. We've gotten the mass of what? Hydrogen. That means the mass of CSHY will be what? 9.6. That is carbon plus mass of hydrogen. Mass of hydrogen. I'm sorry. This is mass of hydrogen. Mass of hydrogen. Mass of hydrogen. Plus mass of hydrogen, which is what? 1.6. Which will give you what? 11.2 grams. That is mass of these compounds. Mass of hydrogen in water. That means you have to get what? Mole of what? Of the given mass of water. That means 14.4 over molar mass of what? Water. Then times the number of hydrogen. That means mass of hydrogen in water. Then mass of carbon is CO2. This. Then for you to get the mass of this compound that is burnt in air. That means add mass of carbon to mass of what? Hydrogen. Because the compound is just what? Hydrocarbon, carbon and hydrogen. This is mass of. Then you have to get what? Molar mass of that compound. How do we get the molar mass of the compound? You know that mole of what? Mole of CSHY now is what? Mass of CSHY over molar mass, because I need the molar mass. Then the mole of CSHY is given as what? Can you see? It's given as 0.2. And it's 0.2 equal to mass of that hydrocarbon 11.2 over what? Molar mass unknown. Hope you understand. Then make molar mass the subject of the formula. Make molar mass the subject of the formula. What will I have from here? We have molar mass of the compound CSHY will now be 11.2 over 0.2. Therefore, molar mass of the compound CSHY is what? 56 grams per mole. 56 grams per mole. That's molar mass. That's molar mass. I'm taking my time to explain. That's molar mass. You can pause the video and write it down. Those are the things I need. I need mass of carbon. I need mass of what? Hydrogen. And I need molar mass of the hydrocarbon compound. Then we get the answer now. Then from here, let's get the empirical formula. From empirical formula, we get what? Let's move. Let's move. Should I rub this one off? Yes. Then we rub it off. I know that from here now, I have carbon, I have hydrogen. Mass of carbon is given as 9.6. Mass of hydrogen is given as 1.6. Take note. Then let me write this one here. Molar mass of the compound. Let me write it somewhere here. Molar mass of CSHY is 56. Then of course I'm still coming to that. Let me rub it off. Then what do we do from here? Find the what? Atomic mass ratio. That means carbon, mass of carbon is 9.6 rather, divided by mass of carbon 12. Hydrogen, mass of hydrogen 1.6, divided by the mass number of hydrogen 1. Then this one will give you what? 0.8. This one will give you 1.6. Take note. Then divide by the what? Smaller one. That is 0.8. over 0.8. This one give you 1, this one give you 2. Therefore, empirical formula equal to what? C, carbon is 1, hydrogen is what? 2. Empirical formula is that. But the question says find the what? Molecular formula. And I know molecular formula equal to N into what? Empirical formula. Therefore, molecular formula, the molar mass is given as what? 56 equal to N into carbon is what? 12 plus hydrogen is 1. 1 times 2, that means we have 2. From here, we have 56 equal to N into, this one gives you 14. It gives you what? 14. Then make N the subject of the word formula. Make N subject of the formula. You have N equal to what? 56 over what? 14. Therefore, N equal to 4. 4. N is equal to 4. Then from here, molecular formula equal to, from here, what will I do? I know that the empirical formula is this. The molecular formula is what? Molecular formula is what? 4 into empirical formula, which is CH2, because N is 4. I have molecular formula equal to C4 H what? 8. Option what? C4 H8. Option D. Option D. In the next video, I will be fast because I've taken my time to explain this. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please, so that we can give you the text. Jupel, Wayeb, Jam, from SS1 to SS3, you people are covered, please. Other subjects, botany, zoology, medical student, engineering, your math, your engineering, mathematics, you are covered. Please, let's move. Let's move. Please pause the video, write it, pause the video, write it. Then let's go to the next question. Let's go to the next question. Number 2. Number 2. You can pause and write number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Where a compound X is known to contain carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen only. Look at this. This one and question 3 are the same. This one is also from your Jupel. I will do this, I will give you this one as an assignment. If you understand this, you are able to do. And if you understand the first one, it's almost the same. If compound X is known to contain carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen only, when it is burnt completely in excess oxygen, CO2 and H2O are given as the only product. It is found that 0.46 grams of S gives 0.88 grams of CO2. That means mass of unknown compound S is given as 0.46 grams. Mass of CO2 is given as 0.88 grams. And mass of H2O is given as 0.54 grams. Then find the empirical formula of X. The same way. What will I do? I'm giving the word mass of that compound. S. And they say that the compound contains what? Carbon, hydrogen, and what? Oxygen. And we are given the mass of our CO2. Mass of water. Mass of water. Yes. And we get the mass of carbon in this given mass of what? CO2. Don't forget. Mass of carbon in given mass of CO2. I know molar mass of CO2. Molar mass of CO2 is what? Carbon is 12. Oxygen is 16 times 2. Molar mass of CO2 is 44 grams per mole. Molar mass of H2O, that means 1 times 2 plus 16 is what? 18 grams per mole. Take note of that. Then I will get what? The mass of copper in the given mass of CO2. By, how will I do that? Find the mole of given mass of our CO2. That means mole of CO2. Mass of CO2 over the molar mass, 44. Times the mass of copper, carbon. Why copper? It seems I like copper. I need copper. Okay, mass of carbon in CO2. How many carbon do I have? 1 in this CO2 there. 1 times what? Mass number of carbon. Then if you point 0.88 times 12 times 12 0.88 times 12 divided by 44 will give you what? Punch it. We give you 0.24. We give you 0.24 gram. That's mass of carbon. Then let's get mass of hydrogen. Hydrogen in given mass of water. How will I do that? I will find the mole of the given mass of water. What is given mass of water? 0.54 all over the molar mass of water, which is 18 times. How many hydrogen do I have in water? 2. Then multiply by the mass number of hydrogen. Now the mass number of hydrogen is 1. That's 2. This one will give you 2 times this one will give you 1.8. 1.8 will give you 0.06 gram. We give you 0.06 gram. We give you 0.06 gram. We give you 0.06 gram. 0.06 gram. Then listen, but we need mass of oxygen also. Listen, to get mass of oxygen, we're cutting mass of carbon. Mass of carbon is what? 0.24 gram. Mass of hydrogen is what? 0.06. Then the mass of the compound S is what? Mass of the compound S is what? 0.46 grams. Then for you to take mass of oxygen unknown, you will add mass of what? Of carbon and mass of what? Hydrogen. You will add mass of what? Carbon and mass of what? Hydrogen. Then take it away from the mass of the compound S. That means mass of, let me write it here because of, let me write it here. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see. From here, I'm sorry. That means mass of carbon is what? 0.24 grams. Mass of hydrogen is what? 0.06 grams. Mass of the compound S is given as 0.46. Therefore, to get mass of oxygen, therefore you say mass of oxygen equal to mass of the compound 0.46 minus mass of oxygen equal to mass of the compound 0.46 minus mass of carbon 0.24 plus mass of oxygen, mass of hydrogen rather 0.06. You will add these two, then take it away from here. Now mass of oxygen equal to 0. This one will give you 0.3. Yeah, 0.3. Take it away from here. You have 0.16 grams. Mass of oxygen is 0.16 grams. This one gives you 0.3. Take 0.3 away from 0.46. You have 0.16 grams. Mass of oxygen is 0.16 grams. Since you've gotten that, then let's get what? Empirical formula. You can pause the video. Let's get that. Let me rub this one off. Let me rub this one off. Let me rub this off. Let me rub this off. Let me rub this off. Then what will I do? I've gotten carbon, hydrogen, oxygen now. Mass of carbon is what? 0.24. Mass of hydrogen is what? 0.06. Mass of oxygen is what? 0.16. Then divide this by the what? Mass number of what? Hydrogen. Mass number of carbon. Mass number of carbon is what? 12. Divided by what? Mass number of hydrogen, which is 1. Then divided by mass number of oxygen, which is what? 16. which is 16. What will you have? What will you have? No, sorry. What will you have? In this case, 0.24 divided by this one will give you 0.01. This one will give you 0.06. This one will give you 0.02. 0.02. Yeah, 0.02. 0.02. Then divide by the word smallest. Divide by the word smallest. Should I write this one? Yes. Divide by the smallest. Divide by the smallest. Divide by the smallest. Divide by the smallest. The smallest one is for this. That means this one is for 0.01 over 0.01 over 0.01. This one will give you 2. This one will give you what? 6. This one will give you 1. Therefore, carbon is 2. Hydrogen is 6. Oxygen is what? 1. Therefore, empirical formula is what? C2H6O. That's your answer. That's your answer. That's your answer. Let's take a look at that. Take this one as an assignment. This one and they are the same. Take this one as an assignment. Take this third one as an assignment. And drop it in the word comment section below. Please drop your answer in the comment section below. Drop your answer in the comment section below. Let's go to the third one. The third one is about what? I think that's a very important question. It's from your Jupiter. It's from your Jupiter. It's from your Jupiter. Let's go to the fourth one. Take this one as an assignment. Because this one is the same thing as the second one. Let's go to the fourth one. Fourth one is from your Jupiter. Very important question. 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 Let's see. The question is for fluorocarbons are compounds containing fluorine and carbon. That means fluorocarbon contain only what? Carbon and what? Fluorine. They've told us that. A 45.6 grams sample of the gaseous fluorocarbon. That is the mass of what? Fluorocarbon. Fluorocarbon. The mass is given as what? 45.6 grams, sample mass. Contains 7.12 grams of what? Carbon. Mass of carbon in that fluorocarbon is what? 7.4 grams. And 37.7 grams of fluorine. Mass of fluorine is what? 37.7 grams. 37.7 grams. And occupies volume is what? 7.4 liter. Volume of that gas. The volume it occupies. At SCP, standard temperature and what? Pressure. Determine the molecular weight of fluorocarbon. Determine the molecular weight, the molecular mass, the molar mass. Determine what? Molar mass of fluorocarbon or no. Determine the molecular mass and give its molecular formula. Then find molecular formula. Universal gas constant is given as 0.082. Universal gas constant. Temperatures, standard temperature is given as what? 273 Kelvin. Then the pressure is given as 180 N, 1 atmosphere. This one, from here, we should know that we are using the formula of ideal gas to get the what? The molar mass. The formula, because we are given mass, we are given we are asked to calculate molar mass. And we are given gas constant, temperature, pressure, we are given volume. You just use what? Formula of ideal gas equation. Ideal gas equation. And take note, in reality, no gas is ideal. In reality, they are telling you that this gas is 10 degrees approaching what? Ideal gas condition. And what is the condition for ideal gas? High temperature, low pressure. Take note, is there in your past question? Chopin, jam, Wahed is there. Condition for ideal gas, high temperature, low pressure. We get there when we get to CHMOO2. We get there, we are going to destroy it. No one. No worry. From here, which formula? We have formula PV equal to what? nRT. And what is N? Mole. Mole. That is N. N is mole. Mole. And what is mole? Mole is what? Mass over molar mass. We are asked to calculate molar mass, which is what? Molecular weight. That is molar mass. Molecular weight. We are asked to calculate molar mass. And not mole is what? Mass over what? Molar mass. Therefore, we are PV equal to, this one is pressure, volume, pressure, PV. N is now what? N. Since N is this, change this, we have mass over molar mass. RT. Make this one subject of the formula. We have molar mass equal to mass RT over what? PV. I can rearrange it. Molar mass equal to mass over volume. Sometimes density can be given, and density is mass over volume. Take note, density is mass. We are going to do that question in the next video. If I have to do a revision. Mass over volume, then times for RT over P. Substitute all this. Because this is the mass of chlorine, mass of carbon. I need this to find the empirical formula. Substitute all this into this. We have molar mass equal to mass is equal mass of what? Of the compound. This is mass of the compound. Mass of fluorocarbon. Mass of the compound. That means 45.6. Volume 7.4 times 0.082 times temperature 273 over. Let me change my marker. If my marker is going. Yeah. Molar mass equal to, mass is given as what? 45.6 over volume is what? 7.4 times 0.082 times temperature 273 over pressure is 1. Then we have molar mass, that is molecular weight. This and this, if you punch, molecular weight 8, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 138 gram per mole. 138 gram per mole. 138 gram per mole. But we've gotten this. They say find the molecular weight. We've gotten the molecular weight. 138 gram per mole. The next question now, get each what? Molecular formula. Before we get molecular formula, we have to get what? Empirical formula. We have to get what? The empirical formula. Let's get 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 the empirical formula. Let me take my water. Let's get the empirical formula. Okay, from here, we have carbon and what? Fluorine. Mass of carbon is given as 7.4. Mass of fluorine is given as what? 37.7. Divided by what? 12. Divided by the mass number of fluorine. Can you see it's not given, but you You should know it. I've taught you. Go to the video where I taught you the trick to know what molar mass, the mass number of an element from 1 to 20. I've taught you. Please, I've taught you. I've taught you that. Please, I've taught you. The molar mass or the mass number of fluorine is what? 17. Is what? 17. Then this one will give you 0.661. This one will give you 1.9. If you punch your calculator, 1.982. 1.982. 1.982. 1.982. 1.982. That is, we give you 1.982. 82. Then what happened? Divide by what? Smaller one. The smaller one is this. That is 0.661 over 0.661. This one give you 1. This one give you, if I put 3, 8, 8, plus 1. That means this one will give you 2.9 something. Will give you 3, approximately 2.3. Yeah, 3. That means empirical formula now is what? Carbon is what? 1. Fluorine is what? 3. That is empirical formula. But the question says find the what? Molecular formula. And how do you put that? Molecular formula is what? N into what? Empirical formula. Take note. Therefore, molecular formula equal to N. What is empirical formula here? CF3. Take note. Then let's move. Let's move. Please, I'm rubbing all this. From here, what will I have? I have molecular formula. Molar mass is what? 138. Change molecular formula to 138 equal to N. Look for N. Into C is what? 12. 12. That means how many carbon do I have? 1. Carbon is 12. That means 12 times 1, 12 plus. Fluorine is what? 17. Mass number of fluorine is what? 17. 17 times. Wait. Okay. Now you've gotten the what? Empirical formula. That means the carbon is 7.4. Fluorine is 37.7. That is mass of carbon and fluorine given in that question. Then to get the empirical formula, you know, divide what? The mass of carbon by the what? Mass number of carbon. Mass number 12. Divide mass of fluorine by what? Mass number to get the what? Atomic weight ratio. Mass number of fluorine is 19 or 17. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm too fast. It's 19. There you are. 19 divided 7.7 divided by 19 will give you 1.982. Yeah, 1.982. It give you 1. Remember, well, then it give you 9 times 1.982. Yeah, that's empirical formula. Then how do you get the molecular formula? Molecular formula now. Molecular formula. This is formula for molecular formula. And molar mass of that compound has been obtained as 138. Change this one. We have 138 equal to N into carbon is 12 plus fluorine. Mass number of fluorine is 19. Then how many fluorine do I have? Times 3. Then you now have 138 equal to N into 12 plus 19 times 3 will give you 57. Yes, we have 138 equal to N into this will give you 69. 69. Then divide both sides by what? 69. You have 138 over 69 equal to N 69 over what? 69. This cancel this. You have N equal to what? 2. N equal to what? 2. Therefore, molecular formula equal to 2 into CF3. Therefore, molecular formula equal to 2 times 6 gives you C2. H. I'm sorry, what H is F, not H. F. 2 times 3 is what? 6. This is the molecular formula. While the empirical formula is what? CF3. Take note of that. Please, for more video, please do the number 3 as an assignment. For more video, press the subscribe button. You will see a WhatsApp link. If you need physical and online class, call any one of the numbers. Those 2 numbers, you see their new number. Call anyone. We are going to attend to it. We are going to solve all your challenges. The only challenge we can solve is financial problem. Please take note of that. No any academic challenges we are going to. We don't have academic problem, just challenge. We are going to solve it. JUPEB, 100-level student, medical students, biological science, medical science, engineering, physical science. We are there with you. JAM, WAHED, SS1 to SS3. We are there with you. NEOTISA, we cover you. By NEOTISA, you are covered. Or with NEOTISA, you are covered. Everything, NEOTISA, you are covered. NEOTISA school, you are covered. We want to give you the best. We want to give you the best. Physics, chemistry, they are very simple. Just know the concepts. And we are here to give you the best. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Spread the gospel of NEOTISA. Subscribe. Please subscribe. We need you as you need us. We all need each other or one another. We both need each other. We both need each other. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I remain myself, John.